Hello, podcast people. Hello, and welcome to the Billowing Hilltop podcast. Thanks for listening, dear reader. It's very much appreciated. I don't know how you choose to listen to us, but one thing you may consider is trying out Good Pods, goodpods.com, or download the app from the App Store or the Google Play Store. It's a podcast community platform, a bit like Goodreads, I suppose. Nice people. I suggest you check it out, and they will be running a tabletop role-playing game podcast takeover on the 28th and 29th of March, so be sure to have a look. We're on all of the other social media platforms as always, Instagram and Twitter and Facebook, and you can always email us, of course, at hello@billowinghilltop.com. We would love to hear from you. Got no other news or information, so let us push on with episode 133 of the Billowing Hilltop podcast, Scream from Shaft. Good evening, everybody. Good evening.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Good evening, reader. Dear reader, I am here with the whole crew.
Hey.
Easing himself into his specially adapted high chair. It's the corpulent form. Johnny.
That's me.
Master of spider science. Dr. Eusebio Spider Lucas.
Despondent as ever. Still role-playing.
Brain the size of a planet. Running Sessions Epa, the cleric of Lady Luck Misfortune. We have Graham.
Good evening.
Chirping away, little diodes lit up and his fluids all pumping around in the funny tubes that we use to keep him going. We have the hybrid organism Orgobot that is Paul.
Thank you.
And we have my favourite player, Socialist Aslan. Golden, leonine, furry form of Dan.
Good evening.
Can I just point out that I saw Dan recently for the first time in a little while, and not only is he leonine, his hair is quite incredible. He looks like an extra out of Starsky and Hutch. quite astonishing.
It does.
It was lovely to see him, but my God,
it's got that bristly quality.
Yeah, the amount
That's
of
why
product.
he's head of the pride.
Well, I'm trying to grow the leonine mane.
My God, you are
both golden and
furry.
Lord of the Savannah.
He appeared in Madagascar, I think.
I did.
No, you didn't.
I
Don't
did.
break the magic.
The Lion King.
No, it's The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe. That was my breakthrough role.
Wise Aslan.
Anyway, moving on from that, he's my favourite player, is the point.
Yeah, everyone's favourite player.
Which is why he gets to mate with the most fecund of the lionesses.
It's just all going wrong now.
Does anybody want to do a recap?
Yeah, I can recap. We're all dead.
We're all doomed.
You're not dead.
You're not
You're
dead.
fine.
Some
Not
of
yet.
you are
Dead.
Some
We
of
will
us are
be
more
by
likely
the end
to
of
be
this
dead.
session. Yeah. Fuck off.
Uncle Buggy may be in a bit
So
of trouble
back
here.
together.
On the druid table.
Limbs in different places.
Play him as a badger. The Flayer Slayers, our gallant gang of heroes, are fighting this aspect of the Ebon Triad something in a set of secret chambers underneath a plague house outside the city of Frostanger. And it's kind of a bit weird because they're all running away from this thing. At the end of last week, I don't know if you remember this, it came storming after Uncle Buggy and it reattached itself to its spectral hand. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
Unfortunately,
trying to remember that.
I thought that was a nightmare. I thought that was a dream.
Isn't it?
The
Turns out it
spectral
was
hand
real.
seems to revivify a little as it's attached back to the stump.
The stomp.
That can't be good news.
Mike, you said that it's a brick-lined
Yeah, well, we're going to...
chamber, but the floor must be stone.
I thought this might come up. So I have done what you always want me to do, Johnny, which is to Google it, man. Just Google it. And opinion on the internet about whether or not your meld into stone spell will work in a brick environment, I have to say, is mixed. The wording of the spell says a stone object or surface large enough to fully
I don't think brick does count.
Contain the character.
Brick doesn't count, but the floor will not be made of brick. It's carved out of rock.
Porcelain tiles.
Yeah.
The
floor is made out of plastic sheeting.
The floor is not going to be made out of brick.
It looks like tiles.
Is the floor made out of stone?
Have you got merged into linoleum?
It's not going to be brick. You would not make a brick floor.
Well, I didn't make it.
It wouldn't be.
We spent quite a lot of the budget, to be honest, on this, but I didn't make it. But the contractors assure me.
What's the reason why you'd line the chamber in brick? It doesn't make sense.
Hold up, Gazer. I'm going to have a quick look. All right.
It makes
It's
a
all
lot of sense.
Carved out of stone.
It wouldn't necessarily be stone, though, would it? It might just be earth.
Well, no,
compacted
it
up.
is definitely... Okay, so the floor of the lower chamber is called out specifically as being a black... Well, it doesn't actually say. It says a black floor worn smooth by the passage of countless creatures.
Stone.
Worn smooth.
Yeah, you see.
Yeah, you don't wear
be anything.
brick
Could be wood.
smooth, do you?
Could be wood. And then upstairs, the chamber you're in.
And the thing is it's below a town, isn't it? So would they build a?
Yeah, it's carved out.
I mean,
stone.
it's next to the a lake, isn't it? So
Oh,
Yes.
Johnny A, you may be saved. I'm reading the description. The walls of this domed chamber are made of red brick and lined with stone beams that arch up to a point directly overhead where the shaft leads back up to the sick house.
he's only a small chap, so he could go into one of the beams.
Doesn't exactly.
Oh,
It doesn't
merge into a
call
beam
out
or the floor. I would have thought the floor, definitely.
Well, we don't need to worry about it anymore because you've got the option of the beam, so let's not get into that
Okay.
too much. Anyway, it's all irrelevant because you're about to be thumped by other creature. The creature is going to attack you. It is able to attack you with two things. The first thing it's going to attack you with is the glare from its fog lamp-like eyes. Can you give me a charisma save, please? As it bathes you with those very
Charisma save.
peepers.
Not the best looking guy in town.
Don't tell me you've taken
Yes,
a hit to charisma
of
in order
course.
to bump up your other abilities, Johnny.
3. Is that good enough? I'll use my alt dice.
Want to use your Orc dice?
Hang on, it's
Yeah,
making
roll
me
again,
wonder
then add a
whether I should
D8.
get a few bad dice rolls out of that 3. Can I?
What?
Or should I just roll another one? Okay. I don't know.
Big moment.
I'll roll now, and this is a real roll
With
With
a
the
real
Orc
roll
dice.
using your Orc dice.
with your dice.
Okay. What's
That's
that
not
in
going to do
total?
it, is it?
What's that in total?
13.
Ooh,
Might be enough.
Uncle Buggy, you are overwhelmed with a sense of hopelessness.
Oh no.
Hang on.
Oh.
Well, have I got got another alt dice, haven't I?
You can only use one Orc dice on any individual
Is
roll.
that right?
It is right.
It's not frightened.
No. And then it is going to try and bite you with its giant mouth. Here comes the horrible mouth. Hitting armor class 19. Is that enough?
Plus 13. Yeah, that's a hit. Yeah.
You take... Let me just look it up. Oh my goodness. Oh, well, you're raging, so you're going to take a half of this, right?
Well, he's terrified
Tell
now.
me
Is he
you're
still raging? I shouldn't have said that. I'm really sorry.
Oh.
Shit. Ouch.
How can you be raging and be overwhelmed with a sense of despair and hopelessness?
It ends early if you're knocked unconscious or if your turn ends and you haven't attacked a hostile creature.
And that's it.
And that's it. So, yeah.
Despondent
Cool.
raging.
So you're incredibly cross and you're incredibly despondent. You take 24 points of bludgeoning damage as the choppy mouth choppy
I
chomps
wonder if the rage
into your
would
choppy
help
chomp
against
face. So you're going to take 12. On the 11, it's Burple.
Well, I'm going to try another Dispel Magic
On Parker.
on Parker.
Oh yeah, you
Please,
tried that
yes.
last time, didn't you? Yep. Trying to remove the same condition on Parker.
Come on, give me a decent roll. But I
Ooh, that's
probably
a
don't
very
need a
good
20.
roll. You have successfully removed the effect on Parker.
Hallelujah.
Do you want to do anything else, Purple?
No.
Okay, we move on to sessions on 10.
Well, it seems to me that
You lived your life like a candle in the wind.
yeah. Am I aware that Buggy is despondent? I guess he's moaning now in a despondent way.
What?
Despondent raging.
I think maybe that kind of levels it out.
Oh,
Why do we have to bash this thing?
Oh God, I'm so angry. Oh, blah, 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 blah.
sessions, I think if you give me an insight check.
18?
18's enough. You think that you detect from Uncle Buggy, I'm not sure how, maybe it's like a familial thing, that his mind is not, I mean, no, that's not going to really help, is it? That's not very
it's
different.
not all there. But
No, that's exactly. I'm trying to think of a way that something.
Not what it was.
Something is different, anyway.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Well, amazingly, Dispel Magic comes to mind.
Right?
So that seems
Don't
like a
mess
good
gaming
option.
gang there.
None.
No, I mean,
Independently.
you made the
thought
roll. I
that
gave
would
you an insight
probably-
check, and you
yeah.
made the roll. I've got no problem with that.
Okay, so I'm going to attempt to Dispel Magic on Uncle Buggy.
So you're going to step out of the niche
I'm
a
going to
little
slightly
bit.
step out of my niche.
Make your roll.
What do I roll?
What's your spellcasting modifier?
5.
Ooh,
It's gonna be 21.
Okay, Uncle Buggy is miraculously recovered.
So he's just merely angry.
And I will
Next sessions.
move into a different alcove.
Go back to another alcove. Uncle Buggy on 5. This thing is looming over you.
Is it possible to avert the eyes, do I
Yeah,
think?
you can look
To
away
avoid
from
the
it,
fog
and you
lamp.
think that might give you advantage on the saving throw, but disadvantage on your attack rolls.
There's what did,
Yes, I mean, what?
I've got 0 on my charisma rolls, so
Mhm.
he's going to get me next round.
We could have a war of the dispelling.
Yeah.
Where do you want me to
Bash it.
just keep bashing it?
Bash
Yeah.
it, bash it. We haven't bashed
Not
this
most
one at all.
enticing.
Is,
Prospects,
is the cavalry
right.
coming?
Hmm?
Oh,
Alessandra.
Where are these eyes?
Purple and Parker.
You don't know anything about the eyes, but
Right, alright, I'll bash it then.
Go on. You're going to do it, Buggy.
Shall I, can I go target the hand, or is it...
I think the hand is an item.
the hand is now part of it. Let's not get into that.
Alright, at least I'll find out what armor class it is.
Yeah,
All
well,
right,
so will
I'm
I.
not-
I have to find out what armor class is. Nobody's actually tried to hit it yet. What's its armor class? Got absolutely no idea what its armor class is.
Alright, well I'm not
I've
averting
got
my eyes. I've
90
got to
books
try
of
and-
lore and information here, and I'm looking for the airborne aspect, and its armor class is K. Okay, off you go.
Right, first attack. 1.
That's not.
I get
not
to
gonna-
re-roll a 1, I think,
Right, because of
Yes,
your
you do.
halfling luck.
because I'm a halfling.
Yes.
Which
That's
makes
gonna
me
find-
feel I need to practice a few dice
Really?
rolls, I'm afraid.
Practice
Hang on,
pie,
here we go.
practice
Don't do
dice
that.
rolls. 2.
Two,
Ooh, good
that's
decision.
a good call.
Good decision.
Next one. 15, that was a good decision.
2.
Two.
Good decision. Stop now.
Right, now
Stop.
I'm going to roll a decent... This is the real
This is the
roll.
real roll. Okay.
Yeah.
Fucking
Terrible.
hell.
Absolutely.
What?
awful.
Miss. Miss.
And
found-
second attack.
It's absolutely hopeless.
Bastard!
So we haven't found out its armor class.
Well, we've got a clue.
Well, you know it's not armor class 12.
Never really thought it
We've
was.
established that much.
It's always good to be certain.
Shall I move? What should I do?
Attack
Remember,
of
stay
opportunity.
next to it so that Alessandra can shoot it.
If it is Alessandra, of course. That's not been
If it is
100%
Alessandra.
established.
Oh,
And
That
not an
really,
awful
really, really messes with.
have a larkier.
Really messes with Johnny
doppelganger.
said.
I feel I should go and stand next to all my dear companions.
Really, really, really.
Are you missing your friends, Uncle Buggy?
Oh, I am. I'm missing them. I'm feeling a bit lonely out here by myself. Oh, right. I'll stay where I am.
Frontline fighter.
Okay.
Well, what else?
Parker on 4.
I point to the others.
What are we doing, Dan?
What are you saying? Are you saying don't attack me, attack them?
Oh,
I'm going to stop concentrating on the wall.
Okay. Oh, you mean the spell as well as just not concentrating on.
Mike, does it look squeezed in the corridor?
Do you mean when it was travelling down the corridor?
Yeah.
You don't know. You think that's
So
a
it might be
really good
attacking at
shout. That's a
disadvantage?
really good shout, Uncle Buggy. You think that its ability to sort of semi-liquefy itself means that it easily traverses the tighter spaces in this little complex. But whether or not it can fully solidify and be effective in that narrow corridor, you're not sure.
Oh, that's very
Okay,
good.
I am going to do my halfling move so I can move through it.
And come backwards.
And I'm moving into the alcove north of Alessandra.
Oh, you little shit.
No? Well, you
No,
don't
it's
get
fine.
your...
No. It's just.
Oh, you don't
yeah.
get your... No, hang on.
I
you
don't get.
get
Yeah.
I don't think he's worried about that.
Yeah. No. I kind of.
Has he got 10
but
foot reach? Fucking...
You got to be next to it, Johnny.
You think that certainly That
I tell you
great
what,
big glaive that it's got, that definitely looks
It's
like
gonna
it has some
15
kind of
foot.
reach.
Okay.
Give me an intelligence check.
Okay.
we
Reroll
rolled
1. 10.
10 is enough. You think that perhaps it's going to be less constricted if it's standing at the junction of the niches as opposed to in the right.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
Okay.
It doesn't mean that it's not going to be restricted, but I just mean that.
I'm just moving to the other side of it, so I'm not moving out of its.
So you're standing in the
Range.
in the doorway, as it were, at the entrance to
Yeah.
blocking its
So-
egress from this first chamber into the little passageway with the niches.
Yeah, and Alessandra can do a sneak attack because probably anything that's going to do any damage on it.
I think you'll do damage when you hit it.
Parker on 4.
So,
That's enough from the dessert trolley.
does my unarmored movement, being able to move along vertical surfaces, apply to being able to walk up round the dome? It's a bit vague
Can you
at
hang
that- on
off?
that point.
Horizontal surfaces, as in at a certain point you're going to be not going up, you're going to be going along.
You
Read-
can
read-
move along
read-
vertical surfaces and across liquids on your turn without falling during the move.
You can't hang upside down off the ceiling.
Right. So
I have a dimension door.
okay. Until it's time for Burple's round, I will search the corner that I'm standing in yet.
Okay,
And
nothing
as soon as
particularly
Purple
interesting
does
in
his
that
dimension
corner.
door, he'll put his hand on my shoulder and off we go.
And say bye.
Ciao.
Alessandra on 23.
Alessandra's going to step out into the
How many
corridor.
rounds does this combat mean, do you reckon? 10?
Okay. No.
To your east, there's the chamber and the pit that heads hundreds of feet down.
Yep.
And then to your west, you can see the tiny form of Uncle Buggy looming over him in this kind of circular chamber, the giant form of the Ebon aspect.
Oh, I'm going to go and shoot the giant from the urban aspect,
Sure,
aren't I?
off you go.
Hopefully,
Oh dear.
I'm going to
Got an alt dice. Going to use it.
have an alt dice.
Burn the alt dice
I
now.
think I have to burn the alt dice.
Do you? Okay, go for it. Roll again, add a d8. Getting a... Oh,
Do I need to?
Didn't need the d8. That is a hit. 46 points
46
of damage.
points.
Your arrow thuds into its weird, leathery, oily trunk and definitely seems
I'd like.
to wound
Yeah.
it quite significantly.
Is there any way in 5e to target a particular part of it, or is it just
No,
you're hitting
sorry.
a block?
Hmm.
Okay.
I think you
All
could
right.
come up with a house rule, but we didn't take the opportunity. There would
No.
be something to do with rolling at disadvantage, and then we'd need to work out how you would adjudicate that.
Okay. All right. And then we're going to step back and hide again.
Sure.
Getting 23.
It is time for the Ebon aspect. First thing the Ebon aspect does is it whips its arm round, and the spectral claw shoots down this little passageway. Past you, Buggy. You want to take a attack of opportunity?
Yeah. 20.
Is a hit. How much damage?
29.
It looks like it definitely revivified itself being attached to the stump, but not completely. And you've just taken a good welly out of it as well. It shoots past the niche with you in it, Alessandra. Do you want to... You haven't got a melee weapon.
No, I don't have a melee weapon.
It streaks east past you, Sessions, in your alcove. Do you want to take a swipe at it as it goes?
You mean roll and attack? Oh,
If you've got a melee weapon in your hand, yeah.
I don't know what weapon I actually
Got a
have.
playing card in your hand, haven't you?
Do I have a weapon at all?
Coin or something?
Well,
You must have like a knife to cut the cheese with.
Yeah, possibly.
I
Yeah,
have a
it's got his
mace.
apple
About
core
to
up.
get his cheese out of a knife.
I mean, I don't think I can hit anything with it.
There's better ways of putting that, Johnny.
Hmm.
No, okay. And on it streaks, and then down the pit. Burple, Parker, from above you, you hear a sort of sound. Something is coming down the pipe towards you. Back upstairs, we're left with the creature. The creature bathes you, Uncle Buggy, with its fog lamp gaze. Are you looking away?
Rather depressingly, it obviously doesn't think it needs the hand.
Well, I mean, I looked at it when I was attacking. Does that mean
Yeah, that means that you're just making a straight charisma save, please.
9?
You're overwhelmed by hopelessness. And it tries to bite your head off again. It hits on across 27, which is going to be a hit. And you take half of...
Can I take reactions?
Doesn't say you can't.
Because I'll do my
It's as long as it's not offensive. No, that's offensive. Quite frankly, I find that offensive.
When it's a reaction.
Yeah. 47 points of bludgeoning damage on you. So you take 23. And we're on to Burple on 11.
Graham, do you have any area of effect stuff?
Such as what?
I don't know. Anything that can deal with this nastiness up
Well, I
here.
fired one at it and it used its heroic action, its legendary action to
Yeah.
save. So
How many of those does it get? Do you think?
one around, I think.
Fucking hell.
I think right now I have to do Dispel Magic on Buggy again.
Yeah.
Well, I've got 53 hit points, so I could probably do 2 more rounds standing next to it.
Yeah.
And then I'm...
Well, I'll have run out of Dispel Magics at that point.
So what's the strategy? Are we trying to retreat, or what are we doing down here anyway?
I don't
We come to
remember.
get something?
Clues. I think we have to focus on trying to take it down. I think we have to bring all the guns to bear, if we can.
I think if you focus on the
Dan, can you-
monster, then the hand probably just becomes
Dan, can you dimension
inanimate.
door
Yeah.
both of you up
Yeah.
so we can focus on it?
Ignore the hand.
Well, it'll probably come back, but
So are we going to concentrate trying to kill it, or are we going to get out?
Yes, absolutely concentrate on trying to kill it. See if we can.
I'm very low on spells.
Surely we don't have a choice at the moment, do we? Because the trap
Well, I
door
could try
is
dimension
closed.
dooring out.
from where you are, that might work.
Yeah.
We are
Or I can dimension door in.
exactly
room.
412 feet below ground, according to Mike's numbers.
So, Burps.
The question is,
As so often, the question is...
I don't like our odds. I don't like them. Could be a real
Lots of
mistake.
sympathy for you on social media, chaps.
Really? Sympathy in terms of this combat.
Well, I posted something early this evening saying Age of Worms recording tonight. Things look grim for the Slayers. Just in case, take one last look, and the picture of your characters.
Yeah, I
we've
saw
had
that.
people. We've had people, you know, commenting. Reader Chris just posted a GIF of the Imperial Emperor saying, "Wipe them out, all of them."
Mike,
Another one posted "R.I.P."
dimension door.
Yes.
If you can you determine the orientation of where you land if you're dimension dooring
I don't
with
know.
somebody else?
What do you mean?
Well, if I'm dimension dooring with Parker, could I dimension door somewhere with Parker ends up below me?
I presume you've looked at the spell.
Actually, no. I should probably do that, shouldn't I? That would probably
I mean, I
help.
very much doubt.
Sounds kind
in
of,
fifth
you
edition,
can bring
they don't
along
call it
objects.
out.
Can also
Mike,
bring one willing
this
creature.
despondency-
Climb on my shoulders and then do it. I've understood
The
what
creature
you
must be within 5 feet of you when you cast this spell.
I can see where this is going to go. Let's just say that you erroneously picked somewhere that was already occupied by an object or a creature. I would adjudicate that by placing you at the destination point in the configuration that you had when you left. I think if you tried to avoid the 4d6 damage for an occupied space by saying, "Oh no, when we turn up, we're going to turn up," I don't know, right? Me upside down and Parker lying along like an L shape. So, do you know what I mean?
I'm not quite saying that. I know.
I would look dimly upon that attempt to try and sort of finagle the system.
Okay.
I hate to use this one, but it is a grid-based game.
But you could stand
Tabletop
on my
5 foot
shoulders.
vertical shaft, isn't there?
You could stand on my shoulders.
Yes,
What I'm wanting to do is come up, is arrive in that shaft.
Mm-hmm.
the one leading up to the sick house.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You would
With
have
Parker
to organise
beneath me.
yourself to be in that configuration when you de-jumped, rather than while you de-jump.
Okay, in which case I will stand on Parker's shoulders.
So you fly up.
I don't think my flying is still running because of the wall.
Parker can stand on your shoulders.
Yep.
No, but I want to be above
Parker can
him.
walk up. Walk up the
Climb
wall.
onto his shoulders.
Yeah, just climb
I'll
on my
climb
shoulders.
onto his shoulders
As a move action.
as a move action, and I will dimension door us up into that shaft 10 foot above the room, with Parker 10 foot up into the shaft.
Between the first chamber and the sick house.
Yeah.
Just before you do
Yeah.
that, Dan,
Mm-hmm.
when you arrive in the shaft, are you not going to fall to the ground?
Well, I'm hoping that I can grab... Isn't there a ladder going down?
To be honest, it's a moot point. Because when you try and dimension door to that spot, you get nip, 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 nip. And you must cross off the spell.
Arse.
Oh, that hurts.
That does hurt.
How are you going to get back up here?
Further up the passageway, but I don't know how far.
Mike,
Yes.
the despondency, can I cast spells, just not offensive ones? Is that?
Yes, you can cast a heal spell.
I can
Can't
do
affect
meld
another
to
creature.
stone spell?
Yes, I can't see why you
Okay.
shouldn't be able to do
Alright,
that.
I just want to know what my options are if things get really bad.
I think they're
I
all
can't see
really
why you
bad.
wouldn't be able to do that. Session's on 10. It's all gone very quiet.
Okay, well, I suppose try and keep Uncle Buggy in the fight. Poke my head round and cast Dispel Magic on him again.
Again, it is the War of Dispel Magics. Okay,
Yeah.
make your roll.
I'm going to deploy because I don't think that's going to be enough. Oh, hang on, let me check that I
Five.
can.
You got luck, haven't you?
That's what I was planning to do.
I went to the keep the other day, Paul.
Oh, yeah.
They've
Lovely
got
place.
2 beers in there, and I was just looked at the little screen of beer options.
Oh, it can. Yes.
First one
Ability
was
check.
Lucas. Second one was Parker. How about
No.
Yeah,
What?
Lucas by Thornbridge Brewery, Parker by Double Barrel.
Did you take
Wow.
a photograph?
I didn't, but I will the next time I'm in. It was also not an observation that really landed with my fellow
No. I can't.
drinkers.
Okay,
Ooh, look, I must take
using
a
my
photo.
halfling luck, I'm going to try again.
Okay, yep. Oh, what's that in total?
I don't think it's going to be enough. It's going to be 15.
Is not enough, I'm afraid.
Yeah, I have a feeling I know what we're battling now. Well, I've been guessing as to what it is based on
Well-
your description, and I've only come up with 2 options.
Ort dice?
Do I want to use my Ort dice? I don't know.
Does it say you have to accept the new result? Because if it does, then the order dice
And
is
you
out.
choose which dice to use.
Okay, so it would seem a little bit cruel and unusual to stop you doing so. So if you want to spend your Ort dice to roll it again, be my guest. Becoming a very expensive exercise.
Trying to keep Buggy in the fight.
Yes, you've also got to bear in mind that he might just bug out
Golden stone. Yeah.
mode and stone.
Well, I don't know. I mean, I could stand there until I'm about to die and then meld into stone. So I could probably stay there for another,
2 rounds?
maybe 2 rounds. What about
Okay, so I can have another
Blade
go.
Barrier or whatever it's called? What's that?
Spirit Guardians.
Spirit Guardians.
Yeah, I could try that instead.
Yeah, but this time...
This time I
you-
think I'm done.
More than
I
any
need-
other time, this time, you've got to
Yeah.
find a way.
Find a way to
Okay.
get away.
Well,
This time.
if
I'm
you
going to save
dispelled
my
it,
Ort dice for the save that I'm going to have to make in a minute.
So you're all done?
Yeah.
Okay, at the end of your turn, this thing attacks Buggraft again. It strikes at Buggraft with
Is it?
its...
How does it do that?
well, it's got a legendary action or something, is it?
I think that seems likely.
Oh.
Only hitting armor class 18 and missing, I suspect. And we move on to a Buggy on 5. Hopelessness overwhelms you.
Oh.
I can move, can't I?
Can he instigate his rage?
He's already raging.
I can end my rage
Yes.
as bonus action and then do a spell, but then it'll probably just squish me. Alright, well I'm just going to stay there for a round, okay? So make the most of it.
Yep. Wow.
Oh, can I
Another redemption of Uncle Buggy.
fight defensively?
You can take
Dodge.
the dodge action,
Dodge action.
which means all attacks against you are at disadvantage until the
Yeah.
end of your next
I'll
turn.
do that then.
On 4, it's Parker.
Well, we're stuck at the bottom here at the moment, aren't we?
You're stuck at the bottom. And you've got the hand coming after you.
Oh, God.
Well, I can't stay here for very long, so you guys need to do something, otherwise it's going to go through
Can
me,
you
or I'm going to get out of the
fly
way, then it's going to chomp Alessandra and
Can
Session.
you do another fly, Dan, or is that done for the day?
No.
Can you do another dimension door?
Yes. So that's my plan. Is
It
to
would
get
be a
us.
guess that you can do a dimension door out.
Yes.
I need to know that. I need to know you're bugging out, because I won't stand there.
How you can't know that?
I know, but I can't know that. But as a party, we need to decide whether we're going to stand fight it. We can't half do something.
Yeah, but
Sorry,
Half
are
it.
you lecturing me about trying to get out of the situation that I'm in?
No, I'm not lecturing you. I'm just saying, I've asked, are we standing and fighting this thing? And I thought we were. It's the same situation as last time.
So tell me how to do it.
I don't know. You can't get up to the top, fly up?
I can't fly.
And I can't walk along the dome. I go over to the bottom of the dome and I shout my loudest voice, "We're dimension dooring out," and then they go back and stand next to Purple again.
Okay, temper's starting to fray. On 23, top of a new round, it's Alessandra.
She's going to step out.
This thing is looming over the little form of Buggy.
You need an exit strategy as well, Alessandra, because
Buggy's shoulders are down.
I'm going into the stone next round.
She's going to fire.
Ooh,
Fuck.
That's
14.
It's not enough, I'm afraid.
She's going
You
to
used your alt dice last time.
Yep, she's got no alt dice. She's going to
Shit.
step 5 foot forward.
Forward. Stepping up towards Buggy and the creature.
Yeah, and then she is going to do her Misty Step. So she's going to Misty Step 30 foot into the shaft. Oh, for fuck's sake, it
Do
does.
you think it's the eyes that are stopping
It's the eyes that are stopping it.
At
At which point
dimension doors and...
she can't do anything else. She's just going to have to head back in to the
Into the niche.
Yep.
On 12, it's the creature and the hand. The hand emerges into the chamber with Burple and Parker. It just appears out of the pit and into the ceiling. It's glowing with a dim, unsettling, purplish blue radiance. Ooh. Upstairs, Uncle Buggy. This thing...
They're attacking at disadvantage.
It rolls the first attack. It rolls a 12 and a 16, taking the lower is a 25, which is a hit. 23 points of bludgeoning damage from the bite, and then it swings at you with the axe. Again, at disadvantage, it rolls an 8, which hits armor class 21.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's just see if it rolls lower with the second roll. It rolls a 9. That's not lower, so it's hit again.
Oh.
This time, it does... not a bad roll. 22 points, so 11 points of slashing damage on Uncle Buggy.
Okay, I've got 19 hit points left.
And then it liquefies itself and it flows through you and ends up in the corridor in the niche next to Alessandra.
Do I get attack of opportunity on? Oh no, I can't.
You're not allowed to attack it, I'm afraid. And we go back to Burple on 11 downstairs.
I will dimension door to the top of the pipe, to the top half of the pipe.
The top part, you're going to do the same maneuver.
I think the eyes are gonna...
You're going to jump onto Parker's shoulders and you're going
I'm
to
still
dimension...
on Parker's shoulders. I haven't come off Parker's shoulders.
I suppose you haven't. But that's a brilliant idea that you're standing there.
Looking down at the top of his head, going, what are we going to do?
Nothing's happening.
No, dimension door back into the top room. Because, I mean, realistically, I never knew about the eyes. So...
back into the sick house?
Yes. We appear there on Parker's...
You appear there, standing one on top of the other.
Yeah.
The chamber is all a who. For Potia...
Can you remember the voice?
No, I don't think so. I think it's very most irregular. No, it's like most irregular.
For Potia and her charges are in a state of some agitation. She is standing in the doorway, light streaming past her. The patients, those that are capable of movement, are out of bed. One of them has moved her desk over the trapdoor. Doesn't look like it's the most difficult obstacle to remove. Basically, they look like they're terrified. They've heard the sounds of all sorts of weirdness going on below them. They didn't even know about the trapdoor, right? You just appear in the chamber, and it's like, ah! For Potia, it's like,
how is it even more irregular than before?
She's shouting,
help! Help us! Please help us! Lord Prince Zeech! I beseech your aid! Something awful is taking place beneath our feet, and there are strange vagabonds running around inside my playhouse.
That is your turn. At the end of your turn, this thing in the corridor, Alessandra, it turns its awful fog lamp gaze upon you. Can you give me a charisma save?
Oh, probably not. No, evidently I can't.
That's a 1. Oh dear. You are overwhelmed by a sense of hopelessness.
Well, that's not... frankly, I've had that for a little while now. Last session and this
but
one.
Now it translates into rules terms. You can't attack. You can't use any offensive magical abilities against this creature.
Fine.
And on we go.
You could move past it though, couldn't you?
Sessions.
There's
Nothing to stop you moving. It's sessions on 10.
It's all beginning to feel a little bit hopeless.
Have a sausage.
You have heard Sessions, what you thought was Parker shouting from a long way away. Actually, perfect, because you know what Lucas normally sounds like on his recordings. That they were thinking of dimension dooring out. Perfectly rendered.
So true.
Lucas's bathtub microphone.
How big is it? Sorry, this creature.
It's large.
So
My
feeling is that the square in the corridor that's
in front of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's kind of like a threatened square in old school.
That's it.
Yeah.
Yes, it is. You'd have thought that actually it attacking into that square, it might struggle a little, but yes. As you can see, I've got a mini there, and I've got
I can see
10-foot base, and that 10-foot base is covering that square. So yes.
Yeah. It's covering the square before it, isn't it? So
that square is threatened.
Yeah, that's what I thought. So I'm going to move. I need to disengage, I think.
Mm-hmm.
If I understood that correctly, that means I don't provoke attacks of opportunity, if I understood correctly. Obviously, I have to move now.
You can move through it though, can't you?
I can move through it. That's right. The direction I was thinking of going is through it.
Back out towards
Buggy.
The surface, Buggy, everything. Yeah.
And up the pipe.
It seems to fill the corridor before you, Sessions. This giant.
Yeah, it's terrifying, but
dark,
it's big,
oily,
and I think I'm little, and I can squeeze through it using my little halflingness. That's what I'm going to try and do without kind of overly looking at its lamp-like eyes. I'm sort of wondering, as a free interaction with an object,
right,
whether I can grab Buggy on the way.
I can't see why not. It's been done before.
So that's what I will do. I will grab Buggy and then I will power 15 foot up the corridor.
You reach a hand down as the strings crescendo in the soundtrack as you grab Uncle Buggy's hand, and then you lift the two of you up towards the pipe heading back to the surface.
With Uncle Buggy swinging behind me.
On 5, it is Uncle Buggy. You're dangling from, assuming that you took the proffered hand, from the sweepstake.
Yes, I think I've stopped raging as well, haven't I?
You haven't taken any damage and you haven't attacked.
There's a ladder though, isn't there?
Yeah, you could jump
Use
onto
my
the ladder.
boots, jump onto the ladder and scrabble up.
Why do you need to? Why don't you just hang on to Sessions?
He wants to get ahead of Sessions, leaving Sessions behind him as a plug.
This is true.
Exactly, that's what he wants to do.
No, it wasn't that. Well, it was. But no, it wasn't. Someone's going to break through the trapdoor. I thought I could break through the trapdoor. How
That's why
high?
I need to go first, yeah. What a selfless gesture.
As he stands on
Somebody
Sessions'
needs
head,
to open this
Someone's
door.
gotta
It's
open the
not
trapdoor.
desperately crawling his way up.
How many feet is it? Because I can move 70 feet in it.
Let's say it's 90 feet from where you are.
Okay, well I can't break the trapdoor open then. I could do a spell maybe, a non-offensive spell.
What level spells can you cast?
4th.
Why don't you try casting Dispel Magic on yourself?
I don't think I've taken that spell. No, afraid not. Sleet Storm, I suppose that's offensive, isn't it?
Yes.
It doesn't do any damage, it just makes the area difficult.
You can cast it in an area as long as you don't use it to target.
Freezing rain and sleet in a 20-foot tall silo, 40-foot radius. Heavily obscured, so that might stop the...
You can target an area with something. You just can't target a creature.
Well, it'll be heavily obscured, so that'll get rid of its fog lamp eyes.
Mm-hmm.
Does anybody want that?
Do you want it?
Well, it sort of flies, doesn't it? So not...
Doesn't make any difference.
You've got to make a decision. You're hanging down from the escape chopper.
I'll just jump up onto the sweepstake, and then I'll do a heal on myself.
Okay. Is that it?
And I might do... Can I rage again after that bonus action?
I can't see why you shouldn't be able to.
Okay, I'll do a 3rd level heal.
Okay. The end of your turn, this thing attacks Alessandra in the niche.
Ouch.
It gets 1 attack.
In the niche.
It's the chomp.
Nice.
It's attacking at a minus because of the constricted nature. It's not attacking at full disadvantage, but it's not ideal for it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not going to pretend that it's going to make life that much easier for you, but here we go. 22.
Yep.
You take the following bludgeoning damage. 42 points of bludgeoning damage.
I've got my uncanny dodge,
Yep.
so that will take it to 21 points of damage, which means I'm
You
still
okay?
up. Well, I'm
Still
got
up.
7 hit points.
Whoa, my goodness. It's getting very tight. And it's Parker on 4. You're up in the plague house
You can move,
with
can't you?
Burple standing on your shoulders.
Right, well, push Burple off my shoulders, and I will go to the desk and move the desk out of the way, and then I will open the trapdoor and then go back down.
Firelight streams down the pipe onto Bugraft and Sessions. Sessions and Bugraft, you can see a conical, squat head silhouetted at the top of the pipe with lighty up eyes.
You're coming up.
Yeah.
Alessandra on 23.
Well, then hold on. So then I won't
Can you get
move
past
down.
it?
Oh, dessert trolley.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll just basically
No,
keep
you're
the
just
trapdoor
looking-
open for them to come up.
Alessandra on 23.
Right. My
Disengage.
objective is to get past this thing
Yeah.
and out. I've got the mobile feat.
Everybody has, Paul.
Well-
Otherwise they can't get about. Well, unlike you,
Oh.
actually, Paul.
Yeah, exactly. I was about to, object. I was offended.
Snowflake.
When you use a dash action, difficult terrain doesn't cost you extra movement on that turn. When you make a melee attack against a creature, you don't provoke opportunity attacks from that creature for the rest of the turn, whether you hit or not.
Mm-hmm.
So, I could try and just hit it with my bow in terms of just hit it, as a not intending to actually do any damage, so I've done a melee attack against it, and then use a dash action to move past it.
Your egress square from the niche is fully filled by the creature.
Is it as tall as the corridor? Can I fly over it?
Yes is the answer to that question.
So
So simply, it's a large creature and it's a 12-foot corridor.
So there's no way I can get past it. There's no way I can get past it. There's no way I can attack it
No, you're overwhelmed by hopelessness.
because I'm overwhelmed by helplessness. So either I can move,
You can't even attack it in order to...
so there's nothing I can do if I can't move past it. I can't squeeze past it.
What are the rules about moving through people? Anybody know?
You can do a push, but does that count as an attack?
Push is an attack.
The only way that you can leave the niche is by going through it square, and you can't go through it square because the rules don't cover that. Somebody jump in and tell me where I'm getting anything wrong, right? But that seems to me like the way it's set up.
If that's where it is, that's where it is.
In the absence of anybody coming to rescue you,
I'm there.
unless it moves, and we don't know what
Unless
it's going to do next.
No.
Well, I think one of
You
us
are
has to come
stuck.
down and bait it away so that it gives you an opportunity to get out.
Well, there we go.
We can certainly dodge.
And it's squeezed, isn't it?
You can obviously ready an action.
I can ready an action to move if I get the opportunity.
Yes, but that would stop you taking the dodge action as your action.
I don't know. I can't see a dodge
I'm in no
action.
position to pick between these different options. I'm just making sure that you understand your options. You can
I don't
take
have
the
a dodge
action.
action. I don't have a dodge action.
No, the dodge action, anybody can take the dodge action.
Oh, can they?
Have I got this right, chaps? Anybody
Okay.
can take it. It's a universally accessible thing that you can do. You
Oh,
use
okay.
your entire turn effectively making yourself difficult to hit, and therefore
Oh,
any
okay.
opponent is attacking at disadvantage.
Mm-hmm.
Your reaction is untouched by that, which means that were you to be hit, you would still therefore get your uncanny dodge,
Yeah, okay.
which would allow you to half any damage
wouldn't-
against you. But
That would be
I don't
irrelevant.
think that's not material, is it? Because you've only got 8 hit points.
7 hit points.
7 hit points. Okay, there you go. What do you want to do?
But there's
You
nothing
can ready.
I will ready to move if I can move.
Okay.
Oh, what are we going to do?
Well, I can move pretty fast, so I think I come down and bait it.
I
Go na 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 na, and then
don't worry too much. Alessandra's got the periapt, so
yeah, but you don't want it stomping all over you without being able to get away.
no. But I mean, it depends on whether it wants to completely eat her.
I could do gust of wind. I don't know if that counts as an attack. Strong wind, 60 foot
Can
long.
you do gaseous
Tempered
or
by blast
on it?
from you in a direction you choose.
And then what does that do?
Strength saving throw will be pushed 15 feet away.
Oh well, I can try Fist of Unbroken Air. That will push it away.
It's been a rather difficult section.
Yes.
I don't know whether we could have killed this. I mean, this thing's got too many hit points.
I think we got quite split up, actually.
Yeah. And also, I have to say, all that discussion a few weeks ago about lethality and death saving throws and all that kind of stuff, I don't get the feeling that this is a very
On
easy...
12, it's the creature. I've got some good news and I've got some bad news.
Yeah.
Yes.
The bad news is that this thing turns towards you, Alessandra, looms over you in the alcove, and prepares to strike the killer blow. The good news is that you've got another Orc dice, because we're going to find out whether or not it does get you.
You're an absolute bastard.
Yeah, you bastard.
Whether or not you can, amazingly, be rescued when we pick things up next week.
Utter shit.
Mike, does gust of wind count as a offensive thing against it?
I think for a buggy, definitely.
The Billowing Hilltop podcast is a Billowing Hilltop production. Dungeons & Dragons is a trademark of Wizards of the Coast. The Prince of Red Hand and Age of Worms are copyright Paizo. The Prince of Red Hand was written by Richard Pett. Music is from Kevin MacLeod and Incompetech.com and is used with thanks under the Creative Commons license. Additional music and sound effects come from the wonderful Sirenscape. All other original material is copyright Billowing Hilltop. Role-playing games are all about getting people together, and we use Roll20 as our tabletop, the perfect place to host your game, and Discord to host our chat. Thanks for listening.